The green spaces here at NSU are overgrown gardens meant to be unkept, but with the addition of the Native Narrow Wildflower Garden, the Nature Club introduced more native flowers to the mix.
The Nature Club, we're the ones who founded the wildflower garden over there, and we take care of it. We very often come into here as well to do things like remove invasive plants.
With all the buildings here that students attend to, Nova Southeastern University has pockets of greenery called Greenspaces. Those places, the Mesozoic Garden, Meditation Garden, and the Native Narrow Wildflower Garden.
And we're constantly looking at ways to increase the diversity of the garden. Some new wildflowers have actually recently appeared. There's one called river sage. It's this really pretty blue flower, and it's been popping up all over the garden. So we're very happy to see that as well. But yeah, we're always looking for ways to increase the diversity of the garden.
Stephanie Osorio shares her thoughts on the green spaces.
The green spaces are really nice. They are very quiet and peaceful to be at, especially for someone who likes to be surrounded by nature. Especially when it gets cold, it's a great place to come out and do your homework and study.
Though the garden is filled with beautiful and beneficial greenery, it has its fair share of harmful, invasive species as well.
There's a lot of invasives that you could find throughout here. One of them is air potato. Air potato is really awful. It's a vine that climbs up trees. They make these really big seeds. And if you pull the vine down and the seeds fall, you have to collect them all or else they'll sprout into 5 new plants. So they're very invasive. There's another one called balsam apple, and that tends to grow more over in that area by the the Mesozoic garden. And that's a real pain because their seeds, their fruits will literally blow up. And spread seeds everywhere. NSU, Nature Club, everyone in Florida has a sort of kill on site policy. There's really no benefit to these plants. They just choke out everything around them. They're very dangerous for the native wildlife. So if you can learn to identify these plants and make sure that you know the differences between them and the native plants that might look similar to them so you're not accidentally ripping out a native plant, it goes a long way. If you're just walking to class, you see some balsam apple and you rip it up at the roots. Doing that can stop the spread immensely.
Joseph goes in detail about what a green space really is.
So green spaces are a general concept. They apply to anything from a small garden to a park, but really it's a place where plants are allowed to grow, so it's a place where development is pushed off so that wildlife can live there. Migrating birds especially, they need places to find refuge on their path. And buildings and parking garages just aren't suitable for them. So places like these where there are fruits growing, where they could find food, where they could find water, where they could seek shelter are incredibly important for all sorts of wildlife. And it allows students a way to sit down, enjoy the peace of nature, right? Because there are all these nice trees around us. You see them blowing in the wind. It's very nice and cool compared to the rest of campus, which can get quite hot. So it also adds that benefit as well for people.
The main reason these green spaces are here is for the students' well-being, being a source to distress and decompress.
It's very peaceful. It's calming. And I like the rocks a lot. I like stepping on them.
Aside from that, I just really encourage everybody to go and spend time outside. It's just so much better for your mental health to go out, sit outside of Flight Deck or come over here or the SAB patio and study outside and just get some fresh air. I always encourage people to go out and touch some grass.
This is Justin Abonce with MAKO TV.